Hi, I'm Garmbreak1, and this is Hubble, and this is Midgardia's cool crowdfunding show. I'm here today with Kat. How's it going?
I'm doing great. And I'm looking at Hubble. Hello. Oh,
Very
he
good.
really just will let you get away with that, huh?
Yep, no concerns. And now he's just gonna
Well,
lay back down right in front of me.
no thoughts, no concerns, head empty. What a lad. What a lad.
Yo, same. So, Kat, you're here today to tell us about Solo But Not Alone 4. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
4.
Yeah, that's as many as 4 ones. And that's excellent.
And that's I was going for the exact same joke. You just hit it a beat faster than me. I'm so mad. It is the 4th year of the annual Solo But Not Alone bundle for mental health. I launch it every year on my birthday, the most sacred day of the calendar year. And this year we have got 94 designers from around the world. We've got people from the Philippines, we've got people from France, we've got people from Brazil. It's from every place. And we have a French language game this year. That's very exciting. And all of those single player games, they're all single player capable. I'll get to that in a second. Can be yours. There's 120 something of them for the low price of $10.
I think that's 10 US
American.
dollars.
American, yes.
10
$10
eagles.
American.
Yep. 10 glorious eagles.
10 beautiful eagles. 1/10 of Benjamin Franklin.
That's as many
I
as
think.
110. I'm not sure.
I don't know. All their money is the same color. How the hell do they tell them apart?
Thank you. Say that to my partner all the time. And they're like, oh,
Very
your money's
drab.
funny colors. I'm like, no.
No,
Money's
your
good.
money sucks.
Your money feels gross and looks awful. Anyway, 10 American dollars for 120 some games.
Like, it feels gross in your hands, so give it to us.
Exactly. It's like $1.20 per game, or $2 once you convert it to Canadian.
There's so many. Oh no, it's way less than that. There's
Oh,
over
man.
a hundo in there, champ.
Yo. I can't do math, to be fair.
That's perfectly fine. It's hard. We've got 124 games in the bundle this year. And all of them can be played by one person. They're not all strictly single player games. There are a lot of play with one or more people. But any game in this bundle you can pick up on your own and play.
Hell yeah.
And there's a handy dandy spreadsheet uploaded by the charity that will help you find the perfect game for you. It's got all the games and their tags, what they need, any content warnings, the
Nice.
works. Yeah.
That is an excellent...
Because,
yeah, it's an excellent safety tools edition there. Also, it's 8
yes.
cents. The answer is 8 cents. This is going to
The answer is
record
8
backwards.
cents.
I don't know why I thought this would work. That's what you get.
That's what you get. 8 cents. And solo games, I love them. I love them a lot, and they make me happy. All of the money is going toward Take This, because we used to support Jasper's Game Day, but Jasper's closed its doors so its founder could move on to bigger things. She founded it as a teenager,
Yeah.
But we're funding Take This, a charity that specifically tries to promote mental health awareness, erase mental health stigma, and provide mental health supports in gaming spaces. One of the things that I'm very excited about is the AFK rooms, which they've told me that that's something that they're going to be using this money to fund. It's kind of like a powered up version of a quiet room at cons, so that people who are overstimulated can not only find a place to decompress, but find a place that has mental health supports and resources and ways to actually make sure that they're engaging with this crazy overstimulating space in a healthy way. And I've got a lot of friends who are neurodivergent in a way that makes crowded and chaotic spaces extremely uncomfortable for them. So this is an initiative that can help those friends interact with gaming spaces and the gaming industry. So that's something that I'm personally really stoked for.
Since the start of the pandemic, I've lost a lot of my ability to handle crowded spaces, so that sounds wonderful.
Honestly, same.
I feel like that's a pretty typical reaction, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal. We're lucky we live in Canada, which is a country where People's personal bubbles are pretty big.
Yeah, as much as I love dense urbanism, oh boy, that would be bad for me right now. I love living where
Hmm.
it's kilometers per person, not people per kilometer.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's just one of the initiatives that this was going to be supporting, and I'm right now we are over 17,000. Past solo but not alone bundles have been in the ballpark of 30K. I would love for this one to land in the same space, even though Twitter's on fire. I would love that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this helps. It's running until
I hope
March
so.
9th, so there's like a
Yes.
month and a half? Something like,
Like 2 months. Like a month and a half. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A month and a
yeah,
half to
month and
still
a half.
get all of these games. There's so many. And if you're worried about sorting through all of them, I put in a spreadsheet. You don't have to sort through all of them. Just check the spreadsheet and look for one that seems like you'd like it.
There are no problems spreadsheets don't solve.
I love them.
Spreadsheets and binders all the way down.
What else could a person want? Genuinely.
There's plenty of interesting looking stuff in here. Like you've got hamsters and himbos, which I feel is probably pretty self-explanatory.
Some of these are pretty self-explanatory, like hamsters and himbos, roosting with your hot chicken boyfriend. When you're feeling, read this zine.
Man, I love feeling things.
It's a good one. It's a little one-page, like, foldy up zine that's like PBTA style moves for when you're experiencing an excess of feelings. Like
Understandable. Yeah.
it's nice. It's a nice little one.
Also, you've got To Swear on Your Honor by somebody called Peach Garden Games. Do you know
I
anything
did
about that,
that.
Cat? Yeah.
I do, because that game is the longest solo game I've ever freaking written. It is a hack of Friendly Neighborhood Superhero by my beloved lads at Cat Scratcher Studios. It is a campaign play TTRPG that is solo. Like, you can return to your same character again and again and continue telling their stories and, like, gain levels and stuff. If you're looking for, like, a classic experience where you've got a character that you get attached to and revisit, To Swear on Your Honor might be your scene. The lads have also included a new game this year, which is called Showtime, where you play as a bard singing the praises of a monster hunter in order to try to get them work. Very toss a coin to your Witcher.
Nice.
Showtime is so good.
Got a few hacks of I went to Japan once in here as well, I see.
We've got a couple, yeah, we've definitely got a couple of those. We've got a bunch of Carta games, including actually two of my personal favorites. Remember the Land is about mapping a place that is about to be destroyed. Beautiful, beautiful game. And Fatadira, Dawn of a New Day, is like a Majora's Mask. Like, it's a Zelda Majora's Mask, and it rules. It's so well written. It's beautiful.
And We Deal in Lead is in there, which is an Into the Odd game that I'm dimly familiar with. So,
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to be a Wild West, I think that plays nicely into the previously mentioned theme of single player compatible but not necessarily mandatory, because that is mostly a traditional RPG, if I recall.
Yep, but if you can play it solo, it belongs in here.
Yep. So for our viewers who are more acclimated to the traditional like party-based RPGs, why should they try out solo RPGs?
They're the best. I love them. Here's my pitch for solo RPGs. You don't have to get everyone's schedules to line up. You don't have to convince your friends to try the new game you found. You just have to pick it up when you have a moment and experience it. It's kind of like going to the movies by yourself. It's like taking a little time to have an experience that's just for you is a good time. And there's a huge variety in solo games. Like, if you're into like an introspective journaling game, we've got those. We've got so many of those. If you're into like a crunchy OSR hex crawl, we have those too. Like, they're not exclusively the domain of story games. There's solo play in all kinds of different games. And that's part of why the spreadsheet is there, so that you can find the exact kind that is for you. Showtime, the game I described earlier by Cat Scratcher Studios, you write by rolling dice and then responding to those rolls by writing a poem.
Nice.
Because you're a bard. It's so good.
Yeah, solo gaming definitely has a lyric game adjacent kind of vibe to it. You know, very artsy and whatnot, but I did looking at this list, that's not really the case.
No, it can be the case. It absolutely can be the case. But like, I Shall Not Spare Myself in This Journey is a card game based on the legend of Sun Wukong.
I love that guy.
Yeah, everybody loves that guy. That's the problem.
There he is, right there. That's Sun Wukong.
Yes, the
You'll
guy
have to trust me, he's really not in focus because he's way back
is
there.
very blurry.
And
He's
covered
very
in
blurry.
dust. Just, yeah.
That's a dusty monkey.
Dusty Monkey. Dusty Monkey. I tried to hold him up to my mic at first.
Oh, that's him for sure. That's him for real. Check out the staff. That's
It's
the guy.
got my name engraved in the bottom because I played him in Smite.
Wow.
Anyway,
Nice.
Sun Wukong. Fucking love
So, yeah,
that guy.
If you fucking love that guy, I Shall Not Spare Myself in This Journey is like an adventure game based on Carta.
Oh crap, now I'm gonna have to pick this up.
Yeah.
Bad for my wallet, cat, and I appreciate it.
It's in Solo But Not Alone, so it's $10 for it and a bunch of other great stuff.
That's like 8 US cents per game.
That's 8 US cents per game. You can find that on the ground and not pick it up. Like, that's how little money it is.
In some parts of America I've been to, you would not want to pick that up. Shout out to Cleveland.
Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Chicago, where they grow their own cigarette butts.
What?
There were a lot of cigarette butts when I went to Chicago on the
yeah.
ground, and I found it distasteful and upsetting.
It's like the entire city is mid-2000s White Ave. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, thank you. We're like we got...
Shout out to Edmonton.
Shout out to Edmonton.
So what
Not Canada's most obnoxious city, but we're working on it.
We're doing our best.
I do my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Let's see. Shadow Wizard Money Gang is the TTRPG. Is one of my favorite genres of TTRPGs, which is self-help. Like, I love a solo TTRPG that gamifies stuff that you want to be doing in your life. And this one is just like, no, you gain levels as a shadow wizard by casting spells. And by casting spells, I mean, like, taking a walk or doing your freaking dishes. You know, like...
So if you're a fan of Jenna Moran's Glitch, that's right up the same alley there, you know?
Yeah. It's in the vicinity of... I wrote one a long time ago. Did I ever put it in Solo But Not Alone? Manila? I don't remember. Or Mandrake Sanctuary, which was a couple years ago in there. I love Mandrake Sanctuary. One of my all-time faves. And it's by Sprinting Owl, which definitely has games in here.
Is that Kamada 1? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got Ditches and Witches.
Ditches and Witches. We found it at the same time, and I didn't use Control F, so... Well.
Perfect game for, I can't remember any of the lyrics for Dragula.
Yeah.
What it's about.
Oh, well, it says this All Hallows Eve, you are going to rob a zombie.
Fucking premium.
Absolutely.
Slam in the back of my Dragula. That's what it is. If you want slam in the back of your Dragula, we got Ditches and Witches right here.
Oh, you run into a new obstacle every 12.611 seconds. To win, you need 8 burns on the table at the same time before 3 minutes and 47 seconds are up. God.
Absolutely. At any time, you may slam the table to rattle the dice and hopefully get some more burns.
What the? That kicks ass.
You can buy this as part of Solo But Not Alone, which there's a link to below.
You can do it. Pocket Hex. Pocket Hex is fantastic. Like, this is a hex crawl. It's solo adventuring, but it's absolutely not just kind of like writing a journal about how your character feels as they approach death. Not that that's a bad thing, because we have a couple of those in here too. But if you're worried that's all we've got, we've got a full like OSR hex crawl that you can fit in your little pocket.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, indeed.
Perfect for
Uh,
riding the bus, which is like hex crawling in real life.
it is. We've
Sorta.
got we've got a lot of very personal ones like Found in Transition, a journaling game about transition. Um, they Must Not See This, which is about the struggle with schizophrenia, and specifically kind of about the author's mother's experience
Huh.
with schizophrenia. So
Yeah.
like there's some very deeply personal games in here, in addition to Ditches and Witches. Like if you want to get silly, if you want to really just kind of like experience somebody else's point of view, if you want to, let's see what's in here. Black Tea and My Saccharine Sweet Revenge is pretty neat. It's a game about just being super petty. And like you run a cafe and you have to find out who has wronged you so you can make them pay for it. Letters from Liberty Motel is here from World Champ Game Co.
Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting stuff here. So like if you've got, a plane ride or a train ride or something coming up, or even just a night where you know, want want to do something you don't normally do, pick up some solo RPGs and, play hamsters and himbos.
My other pitch for solo RPGs is that they are great company when you're feeling down. Because you can have the RPG experience of being a person who's not you. I've been there. Didn't always want to be me. And escaping into another story without having to tell your friends you're not okay or make everyone's schedules line up. I've been in places where I've thrown my phone literally over my shoulder because the thought of interacting with my friends who I was convinced secretly hated me was unthinkable. But I could play a single player TTRPG in those moments. And some nights you just gotta get through the night.
Yep.
So in the corner there, I've got the Sad Cat Survival Box. It is a little Tupperware container that is covered in stickers from my favorite podcasts. And it is full of things that I might need if I'm having a severe depressive episode. Things like nice smelling things, like aromatherapy stuff. I've got some candles. I love a candle. I've got some canned coffee and little bottles of Baileys, because when I'm sad, I am allowed to have a little Baileys. Plus, coffee and Baileys is basically NyQuil to me. It just puts me to bed. But it's also got dice and cards and printed up solo game zines, so that I've got a little company while I'm not okay and until it passes. My favorite thing that's in there is there's a little card with money tucked into it that says, "Dear sad cat of the future, you are allowed to order pizza. Love, Past Cat."
Damn, Past Cat's a champ.
Yeah. Past Cat's looking out for me. And like solo games are a part of that because I know that when I am depressed, once I get through the night, I can get through it. And so like my favorite solo game of all time, I mentioned it at the top of the episode, is Friendly Neighborhood Superhero by Cat Scratcher Studios. My character's name is Jetpack Jeff. He has a jetpack. And it's a very like Friendly Neighborhood Superhero is a street level, like you're helping your community superhero game. Super kid friendly, super sweet, but very like full of random tables. My lads love a random table. They never met a random table they didn't like. I mean that affectionately, boys. I love you both very, very much. Never met a random table they didn't like. And so like I wrote a hack of this game, and it's to swear on your honor about being a knight. But like when I'm depressed, I go be Jetpack Jeff and save my community from my arch nemesis Laser Gun Lisa.
I really appreciate you, Kat.
Sometimes you just want to be Jetpack Jeff.
Understandable.
I love Jetpack Jeff. He's trying his best to make a dog-sized jetpack
the
for
dream.
his best friend.
Oh,
But
a jetpack sized for a dog, not a jetpack that is the size of a dog. I'm like, that's pretty manageable for, yeah, no,
That's
I got.
pretty manageable. No, he's making one for dog. so they can be partners in
What?
superheroism.
What's the dog's name?
I forget.
I assume it starts with a J.
It must. I'll check my notes. I'll check my notes. I've got to have it written down somewhere.
All right.
Mm,
Well, I think that about covers everything. Like, there's a ton of stuff in here. It's 120
yes.
solo games approximately.
Yes.
So if you want to, roost with your hot chicken boyfriend, be a raccoon, or I don't know, shoot people in the weird Wild West, or 117 or so other things, pick this up. Have yourself a fun night.
Oh, one more thing. I forgot to mention this. A lot of people tell me that they use solo games as GM prep. Because a lot of solo games are good for like developing characters or worlds or situations or cool magic items or whatever. And there's one in here called Monster AI Goblins and Orcs. It's the second Monster AI game we've featured, and it's basically a way to either like as a GM to kind of take a little bit of the cognitive load off of you running games, or remove it entirely and just play a GM-less combat with this like little AI engine. It's so neat.
As somebody who loves combat, I will definitely be taking a look at that.
Hmm. I'm also excited about Bumbling because it's about being a bee.
What more could you want? And similar to bumbling, there's corporate onboarding, which is similar only in the sense that you're a cog in the greater machine working for a bureaucracy that may not know or care about you.
At least in Bumbling, you're cute.
You can be cute in a suit.
Okay, you got me there.
Alright. And I think that's gonna be it for us. Thank you for watching. There is a link down below. And from me and Kat and Hubble, goodbye
Hubble!
everybody.